Before you try to change the world, before you try to fix anyone else, the most important person you need to focus on is you. Your journey, your growth, your mindset, these are the foundations of everything else in life. If you don't invest in yourself first, if you don't understand who you are and what you truly want, no amount of success, praise, or recognition can fill that gap. Today, I want to share with you why fixing yourself first is not selfish. It's the most powerful thing you can do to transform your life and inspire the world around you. Before you try to change the world, before you try to fix anyone else, the most important person you need to focus on is you. And I don't mean just your appearance or your resume. I mean your mind, your heart, your habits, your values, everything that makes you who you are. Because here's the truth. No matter how much you try to help others, no matter how much you give, no matter how successful you appear on the outside, if you haven't invested in yourself first, it's like building a house on sand. Everything else will crumble. Self-awareness is not just a buzzword, it's the foundation of every meaningful action you take in life. You need to understand your strengths, but also your weaknesses. You need to know what makes you afraid, what makes you angry, what brings you joy, and what truly drives you forward. Until you confront that, any effort to succeed or inspire will be half-hearted, and deep down, you will feel incomplete. Fixing yourself doesn't mean becoming perfect. It doesn't mean comparing yourself to others or trying to meet someone else's standards. It means taking responsibility for your growth. It means understanding that your happiness, your confidence, your peace of mind, and your purpose are not going to be handed to you by anyone else. They are yours to claim, and claiming them begins with looking inward. And yes, it's not easy. It takes courage to face your own flaws, to confront the parts of yourself you've ignored or hidden away, to accept the uncomfortable truths about your habits and choices. But that's where transformation begins. Right there, in the mirror. In the quiet moments when no one is watching, when it's just you and the truth about who you are, when you fix yourself first, everything else starts to fall into place naturally. Your relationships improve because you are no longer seeking validation or love from others to fill a void inside you. Your career flourishes because your focus, discipline, and mindset are strong, not because you're chasing someone else's definition of success. Your impact on the world grows because you are aligned with your purpose, and you are no longer trying to impress or please, but to contribute, to inspire, to lead with authenticity. You see, real power doesn't come from recognition, money, or status. It comes from inner strength, self-respect, and clarity of vision. And that is exactly what you cultivate when you prioritize yourself first. I want you to remember something very important. Fixing yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. It is the most profound act of love you can give to yourself and to the people around you. Because when you are grounded, confident, and aware, you show up fully in every situation, and the energy you bring becomes a source of light for others. You become a person who doesn't just survive challenges but rises through them, who doesn't just speak words of motivation but lives them, who doesn't just dream but takes consistent, intentional action toward those dreams every single day. So today, I invite you to take that first step. Look at yourself honestly, acknowledge your fears, embrace your imperfections, and commit to your growth. Because nothing external can replace the power of internal transformation. Fix yourself first, and you will realize that the world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be whole, present, and unstoppable. And once you do that, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Now, let's talk about fear, because fear is something that holds so many of us back. Fear of failing, fear of not being enough, fear of what people will think. I want you to understand that fear is normal, but it cannot be the driver of your life. You have to face it head on. You have to confront it every single day. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is built brick by brick through action, through persistence, through showing up even when you feel unsure. Every time you push past fear, every time you take that small step forward despite the doubts in your mind, you are fixing yourself. You are strengthening the part of you that can't be shaken, the part of you that knows your worth even when the world doubts you. And this is what makes all the difference. You will never grow by waiting for circumstances to be perfect or for someone else to give you permission to shine. Growth happens when you take responsibility for your life, when you decide to lead from within, when you commit to becoming the best version of yourself regardless of what anyone else says. And yes, fixing yourself means taking a hard look at your habits. The things you do daily define who you are and who you will become. Are your habits helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Are you surrounding yourself with people who lift you higher, or are you drained by negativity and doubt? Are you feeding your mind with inspiration, or are you stuck in endless comparisons and self-criticism? The truth is, no one else can change your habits for you. No one else can choose your environment, your mindset, your attitude toward life. That power belongs to you, and when you claim it, transformation becomes inevitable. Fixing yourself also means learning to forgive, not just others, but yourself. We are all human. We make mistakes. We stumble. We hurt people unintentionally. And sometimes we hurt ourselves with our own words and actions, carrying resentment, guilt, or shame only. Weighs you down. True growth comes when you let go of what you cannot change. When you embrace your past as a teacher rather than a prison, and when you promise yourself that every day is a new opportunity to do better, to be better. When you forgive and release, you make space for confidence, clarity, and peace to enter your life, and that is how you truly fix yourself. Most importantly, fixing yourself first is about aligning your actions with your values. It's about living a life that feels authentic to you, not one that is dictated by societal expectations or other people's opinions. It's about understanding what matters most, what you stand for, and making choices that honor that truth. When your life is aligned internally, everything externally starts to reflect that alignment. People will notice, opportunities will open up, and your energy will attract the right experiences, relationships, and challenges that help you grow even more. So take this moment seriously. Look inward, reflect, and commit. Your transformation begins with the decision to prioritize yourself. It begins with self-awareness, courage, and action. It begins with understanding that you are worthy, you are capable, and you have the power to shape your own destiny. Fix yourself first, and you will see how everything else in life begins to fall into place naturally. Because when you are whole, grounded, and strong from within, the world doesn't feel intimidating. Obstacles become opportunities, challenges become lessons, and your potential, your true limitless potential, can finally shine without hesitation or doubt. You have everything inside you that you need. You just need to unlock it. And that begins by fixing yourself first. Now, let's talk about consistency, because fixing yourself is not a one-time event, it is a daily commitment. It is in the small, seemingly ordinary choices that your transformation truly begins. It's in waking up with purpose, in choosing to speak kindly to yourself, in deciding to put in the work, even when no one is watching. The world often celebrates dramatic gestures and overnight success, but the truth is, meaningful growth comes from showing up, day after day, even when it feels difficult, even when it feels uncomfortable. Every small act of self-improvement compounds over time. Every decision to honor yourself, every step you take toward becoming stronger, wiser, and more compassionate is a brick in the foundation of the life you are meant to live. This is what it means to fix yourself first, committing to your own growth consistently, without excuses, without delay. Fixing yourself also means taking ownership of your emotions. Life is unpredictable. People will let you down. Circumstances will not always go your way. But how you respond to those challenges, how you process your emotions, how you choose to act in the face of adversity, this is entirely in your control. You cannot always change what happens, but you can control how you show up. You can choose patience over frustration, resilience over despair, and gratitude over resentment. This is not easy. It takes practice, it takes reflection, it takes courage. But when you begin to master your inner world, you stop being a victim of external circumstances. You begin to lead your own life from a place of strength, clarity, and intentionality. And let me remind you, fixing yourself first does not mean isolating yourself from the world or ignoring responsibilities. It means showing up in every area of your life with authenticity and purpose. It means nurturing relationships, pursuing your goals, and contributing to the world from a place of alignment rather than obligation. When you are centered within yourself, you naturally inspire others to do the same. Your energy becomes magnetic, your confidence contagious, and your influence meaningful. People do not follow perfection. They follow courage, consistency, and authenticity. And all of that begins with investing in yourself first. Another essential part of fixing yourself is embracing your unique journey. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of joy. It will keep you trapped in self-doubt, frustration, and unnecessary pressure. Your path is yours alone. You may stumble, you may face detours, but every experience, every challenge, every triumph is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Honor your journey. Celebrate your progress, even the smallest victories, because each step forward is proof of your commitment to yourself. Finally, I want you to remember that fixing yourself is an act of empowerment. It is choosing to take control of your life rather than waiting for someone else to hand it to you. It is recognizing your own strength, your own potential, and your own worth. It is saying to yourself every day, I am capable, I am enough, I am ready to grow. And when you live with that mindset, everything changes. Your actions, your relationships, your opportunities, they all reflect the energy you carry within. You become unstoppable, not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because you are now equipped to face it with courage, clarity, and resilience. So, start today. Commit to yourself. Invest in your growth. Face your fears. Honor your habits. Take ownership of your emotions. Embrace your journey, because the world doesn't need you to fix everything else first. It needs you to be whole, grounded, and empowered. And when you do that, everything else begins to align. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting. But the first step is always to fix yourself first. This is your power, your responsibility, and your destiny. Now let's dive into the most important element of all, belief in yourself. Belief is what transforms effort into achievement, and it begins long before anyone else recognizes your potential. You have to see yourself clearly, not through the lens of fear, doubt, or what others think you should be, but through the lens of possibility. You have to trust that you are capable of growth, change, and greatness, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Belief is not blind optimism. It is knowing your worth, embracing your flaws, and committing to your journey regardless of the obstacles. It is telling yourself, I can do this, over and over until it becomes an unshakable truth in your heart. Fixing yourself first also means being patient with your own growth. Transformation does not happen overnight. It is the result of repeated effort, learning from mistakes, and staying committed when things feel slow or discouraging. There will be moments when you feel stuck, when you doubt whether your work is paying off, when it seems easier to give up and follow someone else's path. But this is exactly when you must hold on. This is when you must remind yourself that the most important relationship you will ever have is with yourself. Invest in that relationship every day. Nurture it with self-care, reflection, and intentional action. The stronger you are internally, the more resilient, confident, and unstoppable you become externally. And let me be clear, fixing yourself first does not mean ignoring the needs of others. It does not mean abandoning compassion, kindness, or responsibility. On the contrary, when you are grounded, when you have clarity about your values and priorities, you are able to serve others in a far more meaningful way. You become a source of inspiration, support, and guidance because you are acting from alignment rather than obligation. You become someone who leads by example, not by instruction. People are drawn to authenticity, courage, and consistency, and those qualities can only come when you are committed to yourself first. Fixing yourself also involves embracing change. Life is dynamic, and your growth requires flexibility, curiosity, and a willingness to step out of comfort zones. You may need to let go of habits, relationships, or beliefs that no longer serve your highest self. This can be scary and it can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Growth requires movement, and movement requires courage. Each step you take toward becoming the best version of yourself builds momentum. Each choice you make to prioritize your values and your well-being sends a powerful message to yourself and to the world. I am in charge of my life, and I will not settle for less than I am capable of becoming. Finally, remember that fixing yourself is a lifelong journey. It is not a destination, but a continuous process of self-discovery, learning, and improvement. Even as you achieve goals, overcome challenges, and create the life you desire, there will always be opportunities to grow further. And that is exciting, because it means your potential is limitless. Every day presents a new chance to strengthen your mind, nurture your heart, refine your habits, and align your actions with your purpose. Every day is an opportunity to honor yourself, to invest in your growth, and to create a ripple effect of positivity, courage, and inspiration in the world. So I urge you to start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it may never come. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission, because the power is already within you. Commit to your growth, confront your fears, embrace your journey, and take ownership of your life. Fix yourself first, because when you do, everything else aligns. Your relationships flourish, your career thrives, your impact on the world becomes meaningful, and most importantly, you become the person you were always meant to be, whole, grounded, empowered, and unstoppable. The world is waiting for the best version of you, and that version begins with fixing yourself first. Now, as we bring everything together, I want you to truly feel the power of what it means to fix yourself first. Because here's the truth, no one else can do it for you. No one can live your life, make your choices, or carry your dreams for you. You are the author of your story, the captain of your ship, and the architect of your destiny. And the most important first chapter, the one that sets the tone for everything else, begins with you. It begins with courage, the courage to look inward, to confront your fears, to acknowledge your weaknesses, and to celebrate your strengths. It begins with responsibility, the willingness to stop blaming circumstances, stop waiting for permission, and start taking charge of your life with clarity and conviction. Fixing yourself first also means embracing your authenticity. Stop trying to be what the world wants you to be. Stop molding yourself to fit other people's expectations or definitions of success. There is power in being unapologetically yourself. There is strength in aligning your life with your own values, passions, and purpose. The world doesn't need another copy of someone else's version of success. The world needs you, your unique energy, your voice, your vision, your brilliance. When you honor yourself in this way, everything else begins to align. Opportunities, relationships, and experiences flow to you naturally, not because you are chasing them, but because you are grounded in your truth. And let me remind you, fixing yourself first is an act of love. It is the highest form of self-respect and compassion. When you invest in your growth, your well-being, and your purpose, you are not just benefiting yourself. You are benefiting everyone around you. Because the energy you carry within radiates outward. When you are strong, confident, and aligned, your family, friends, colleagues, and community feel it. Your impact becomes more meaningful, your words carry more weight, and your presence becomes a source of inspiration. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and fixing yourself first ensures that your cup overflows with strength, clarity, and purpose. It also means resilience. Life will challenge you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will test your patience and courage. But when you have invested in yourself first, when you have built that inner foundation of confidence, self-awareness, and discipline, you become unstoppable. Challenges no longer feel like barriers, they become stepping stones. Failures are no longer defeats, they become lessons. And fear no longer controls you, it becomes fuel to push you further. Fixing yourself equips you to face life with grace, determination, and unwavering belief in your own potential. Remember, your journey is uniquely yours, and it is filled with infinite possibilities. There is no perfect moment to start, no ideal conditions required. The only requirement is your commitment to yourself. Start with small steps, reflect on your habits, challenge your fears, nurture your mind and body, and invest in your growth every single day. Over time, those small steps will compound into incredible transformation. You will notice changes in how you think, how you act, and how the world responds to you. You will feel more confident, more empowered, and more alive than ever before. So today, I challenge you to take that first step if you haven't already. Decide to prioritize yourself, not selfishly, but wisely, powerfully, and intentionally. Decide to fix yourself first, so that everything else in your life can flourish naturally. Decide to believe in yourself, honor your journey, embrace your authenticity, and commit to lifelong growth. Because the person you are becoming is waiting for you, and the world is waiting to see the best version of you. You have the strength, the courage, and the power inside you already. You just need to claim it. Fix yourself first, and watch how everything else falls into place. The life you dream of, the impact you hope to make, and the person you are meant to be all begin with that one choice: to invest in yourself wholeheartedly and without hesitation.